Physical media. Is it a waste of space, or is it truly the only way to own what you paid your hard-earned money for? Whenever people say that they wish a movie is streaming and I tell them I can let them borrow my copy, they look at me like I'm living in the 90s or something. Okay, I don't have a huge collection of anything. I'd say I have a pretty moderate Blu-ray collection, a mid-sized record collection, and a larger-ish physical game collection. And I will say that this does, of course, come from a place of privilege. I am lucky enough to have enough money for buying this physical media and storing it. So just putting that out there. But they're taking away our shit. Movies are getting moved around from streaming sites all the time. Games are getting delisted at a rapid pace. And there's even laws in place where digital games require you to clarify that you're simply only buying a license to the game, not the game itself. Finally, I like supporting artists that I love. Streaming their music does so little that buying a record or a CD really makes a difference. Not to mention there's cool variants and collector's editions that I'm a complete sucker for. Today, I'm diving headfirst into my Blu-ray/4K collection with this Steelbook edition of American Psycho. There's a ton of movies in my collection that I would consider like my favorite, or just like cooler special editions of movies. But when I was developing the show, my fiance Kira and I just watched this, it being Kira's first time. And I was obviously glad that I had the ease of not needing to be subscribed to a streaming service in order to watch it. But the story of how I got this in my collection is more interesting than not, so I thought I'd tell you it. One of the biggest bummers of being a collector in 2024 is that big chain stores are less and less holding stock of any DVDs or Blu-rays, what have you. One of my absolute favorite pastimes of the last 2 decades or so has been browsing the movie section of all of these stores, whether it be Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, Walmart, Target, Best Buy. While the former are the relics of the past, Walmart, Target, and Best Buy are still alive and well, but clearly, Blu-ray sales haven't been. Yeah, both Best Buy and Target have begun to stop selling any sort of movies in their stores. Eventually, collectors have started to notice that some of Best Buy's exclusive steelbooks have been starting to pop up in Walmart, and I caught wind of it. I was going in and out of Walmart a bunch this year, and no matter what, I would usually make my way back to the store for old-time steak, and it's pretty much the only store that I can go into now and expect any sort of movie section. And that's when I found this, the Best Buy exclusive Steelbook of American Psycho. I wanted to pick this up because it's not like my favorite movie or anything, but it's one that I've seen before. I liked it, but I was really intrigued by the box art. Look at this son of a bitch. I'm not going to do a full review of this movie, but if you haven't seen it before, it's definitely a movie that I think any film buff should at least see once. The movie goes into the mind of Patrick Bateman, perfectly portrayed by Christian Bale, which pretty much shot his career off. It wasn't a super popular movie, but it's got some crazy iconic scenes, and if it's weirdly relevant today to those weird crazy influencer guys who have like a super nutso morning routine where they run like a 5K every morning before 6 a.m. and try to get their body into peak physical perfection. Honestly, if they were dropping chainsaws on women in the stairwell, I wouldn't be surprised. What I really came here to talk about is the presentation of this case. I mean, look at this. It's steel. The shot is a great representation of the scene where Patrick is going through his beauty routine, basically, in the movie, to get his peak physical appearance. And obviously, it's a metaphor for Bateman hiding behind his, like, persona. And then we do this. Oh shit, it's a slipcover. First of all, can we just talk about this slipcover and how it's just the mask, and we get this quote here, "I think my mask of sanity is about to slip." Which, yeah, it does. Not going to go fully into the details of the movie, but I think it's pretty safe to say that Patrick Bateman is not really a reliable narrator, and the movie deals with that in an interesting way. Then we see what Patrick is hiding behind the mask, and obviously we see his face being covered with blood. And if we flip this bastard over, we see the iconic axe covered in blood, just further detailing about what he's hiding. I love the little detail that he's wearing the rain poncho on the back too. Opening up, we see like probably my favorite aspect of this, which is a nice homage to my favorite scene in the movie. In the movie, all these dude bros are comparing their business cards, and the main character, Patrick Bateman, is getting overly jealous of everybody's, especially this one character, who Jared Leto's character, Paul Allen. One of my favorite little Easter eggs is that Paul Allen actually has the 4K disc, and Patrick Bateman has the regular Blu-ray. I just like that aspect of Paul just getting that one up on Patrick yet again. I was so pleasantly surprised about this Steelbook because honestly, I don't usually collect these. Most of the time it's just some cool art on a metal case and that's about it. Just the normal disc and then not much else. I get excited when I open up a case and there's at least some artwork on the disc. Most of the time you don't even get that anymore. I think I've noticed that this is not closing on this side. Yeah, oh well. I'm so glad that I picked this up and added it to the collection. Kira had to do some convincing to watch this because they were kind of under the wrong impression of the movie, which is very valid. They ended up really liking it. But this was such a fun one to re-experience. I don't think I've watched this since I was maybe in college. The fact that Best Buy had a hidden gem like this in their stores shipped off to any remaining stock over to Walmart to basically just dump it off to whomever will grab it. And I just randomly saw it at the store and thought it was worth picking up, just shows the importance of stores that should still keep discs in stock. And it's not just because I want them for my own selfish reasons. Okay, it is just because I want to walk around Best Buy again.